I don't want to ask the question, but what's your favorite in Leander?
It's a very popular community. I know Jeremy doesn't want to hear this, but Treviso is a very...
Okay.
I know, I said the T word.
All right. What are the top suburbs to buy in 2024? We've already done a video about the neighborhoods. Let's talk about the top suburbs around the Austin area. Here you go. Okay, Jeremy Knight with the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. I'm bringing in, which arguably probably is your favorite Austin realtor because she helps almost all of our clients. Eileen Knight, glad to have you finally on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
So, Eileen, we're going to talk about the 5 suburbs around Austin. Now, you've worked in you've worked in every single one of these top suburbs, so you have a lot to say about these, right?
I sure do.
Okay, so number 5 on the list. Now, in a minute, I'm going to tell you how I came up with this list, but number 5 on the list, we're going to go from 5 to 1. Number 5 is Dripping Springs. Now, Dripping Springs on this list had the highest safety score using, as far as neighborhood score, from Neighborhood Scout. So use that as a resource for you. It had the highest schools. It's about 30 minutes from downtown Austin. On the market right now, the median price for Dripping Springs, you may know this, is around $580,000. Now, there are new construction homes available in this area for under $400,000 and $500,000 closer to downtown. What are some of the neighborhoods that you like or that your clients have liked in Dripping Springs?
One of the favorites in Dripping Springs is Headwaters because you have the hill country. They have a really nice amenity center that's resort-like. It has a gym. It even includes internet in your HOA dues. So that's a big plus. Another one that's down further into Dripping is Calaterra. A lot of our clients love Calaterra. It has a really nice feel. There's a lot of walking trails, biking trails. You feel like you're out of the city, but yet you're so close.
You know, one of the neighborhoods that's new that you can get homes under $500K, if that's what you're looking for, is, and it's a little bit tighter in, is the Heritage, right?
Yes.
And that's, you got MI Homes in there, another builder. We've had clients working there. Do they like that? Do they like the location of that next to downtown?
So that's another good location, and it's an amazing price for Dripping Springs. There's so much growth in that area. It has a really attractive tax rate, and you're right in the heart of Dripping Springs. So small town feel, but yet you're still close enough to Austin.
Before we go any further, I should probably tell you how I came up with this list. But what I did is I went through and I looked at the safety rating for each area. Yep, I went to Neighborhood Scout and pulled that information. I looked at the schools. I looked at how much availability new construction there was. If you wanted to move there right now, would you be able to buy new construction? I looked at pricing. And I looked at distance to downtown. So this is how I came up with these as far as the list goes. Now, there are 2 that are not on the top 5 list that I really wanted to talk about and was really trying to make the math work for them to be on this list, but they just got edged out. Number 1 is Hutto. I really wish I could have had Hutto on this list. I think Hutto is going to be one of those areas. Had it made the matrix of this, Hutto would have absolutely been on there because there's so much happening in Hutto. There's so much growth happening in Hutto. In fact, Realtor.com just said that Hutto is the #1 suburb around Austin for first-time home buyers. So I really wish I could have had Hutto on this list. It is not. The other that I really try to make work for this list is Lakeway. Now, the challenge with Lakeway is it's not really its own area. It's still in Travis County and it's still an Austin address, but it is outside of Austin. Reason why Lakeway got pushed out of this list wasn't because of the schools, wasn't because of the crime safety. It kind of got pushed out because of distance, and it got pushed out because of home prices are between $850,000 and $1 million right now to be in there. So I really wish those could have been on this list. They're not. The ones on this list, which we're going to talk about soon, had really good prices, a lot to do, good neighborhood or crime stats, and good schools and location in downtown. Plus they had good homes, new construction to buy. Drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. Which homes do you think are absolutely on this list? Let's go. Okay, number 4 on this list actually had the most amount of people move to it in 2023, and that's Georgetown. Now, Georgetown, from a Neighborhood Scout on the safety score, was a little bit lower, and so that dropped it down from maybe being higher on the list. The schools, again, were rated a 3 out of 10 as well, so they weren't the highest, but there's a lot of things that Georgetown made up for. Number 1, there's a lot of new construction homes in there right now. And on top of that, if you're gonna get a home, the median price is around $440,000. Now, why that's important is if you're buying in Austin, the median price is about 518,000 is where we're at right now. 440 is quite a bit lower than that price, so a little bit more affordability. Some of the tax rates in those neighborhoods can be a little higher, so make sure you're paying attention to that. But Georgetown's a lot going on and a lot being built. In fact, they just built a Costco. What do you think about neighborhoods? What do your clients say about Georgetown?
I would say one of the popular communities out there is Wolf Ranch. You have hill country views, the really good location. You're close to the Round Rock outlets. You're close enough to 35, so easy access to the freeway. Another nice community there's still a lot of growth for is Parkside on the River.
What do you think people are looking for when they're going to Georgetown? Is it just it's a little bit more affordable, location, or is it all of it?
You get a little bit of a small town feel, but you're still close enough to a lot of shopping. You're still 45 minutes to downtown Austin. You have easy access to get over to Leander. There's just a lot. It's a great location.
Number 3 on this list probably won't surprise you because you sold a lot of homes in this neighborhood. So have I, or this area. Number 3 on the list is Leander. Now, Leander, the reason why it's higher up on this list is its neighborhood safety score was a 52. It was higher than most of the list. The schools in Leander are also rated an 8. The prices, though, are getting a little bit higher, so this is what bumped it down the list. The price is right below 500,000 now because there's a little less communities being built, but there's a lot of higher end, nice communities being built. I don't want to ask the question, but what's your favorite in Leander?
It's a very popular community. I know Jeremy doesn't want to hear this, but Treviso.
Okay.
I know, I said the T word.
All right. So Treviso, what is it about Treviso that people like?
Beautiful homes, right next to a golf course, and a lot of the homes have hill country views.
So my negative with the neighborhood is it's just kind of a long drive to get in, and the tax rates were pretty high. They're a little bit lower now, but to get in there for pricing on homes, you're still looking in the 800s up to $3 million, really.
Correct.
So that's a really good one. What else do you think about Leander? What other neighborhoods should people be looking at?
Another good one is Bryson. Still a lot of growth within Bryson. 10 minutes from a lot of shopping right off of the highway.
Well, you know, what else is great about it is that it is only about 40 minutes from downtown. And when you're north, in these north areas, you're closer to places like this. Right now, we're actually filming in the Domain. Thank you, Domain, for letting us shoot here. People want to be close to the Domain because there's a lot of businesses in here. A lot of the tech is coming in. It's like a second tech corridor right here at the Domain. So we're in a good spot for that. That actually leads us to the next on this list. So number 2 on this list is Liberty Hill. That's probably no shock because we're talking about being north and north cities. What propelled this to the top of the list were a few things. Number 1, the pricing in there right now is still under about $390. The median's about $386. Neighborhood Scout gave it a 67 rating, so it was one of the higher ones as well for just overall safety. And then the schools were rated a 7. So you had really good rating schools. This area, you've helped a lot of clients buy in. What do people like about Liberty Hill and what neighborhoods?
One of the most popular ones is Santa Rita Ranch. It's been going on for a few years now, but there's still so much growth. The best thing about Santa Rita Ranch is it has a nice clubhouse. They have a resort style pool with a water slide. It's almost like being at a water park. That would be my top one in Liberty Hill right now.
Let's get to number 1 on this list. Now, first of all, if you don't like this list that I put together, sorry, the numbers don't lie. But I want to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think about this list so far? Eileen, do you agree with this list so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. I hope number 1 doesn't surprise you too much. It may surprise you. It doesn't surprise me because we work with so many clients there. And again, this is not a biased list other than Z Tejas just put in a location in this area. So it kind of has my heart. But number 1 on this list is Kyle, Texas. Number 1 reason why Kyle, Texas is on the list is pricing. So the pricing in the area is about $350 is the median right now. The schools are rated a 6, which is higher than like maybe Georgetown. And the rating for the safety from Neighborhood Scout was about 31. We had the mayor of Kyle on the channel not too long ago, and he basically broke down and said, like, we are building on the east side, we're building on the west side. We're going to build a domain, which we're at the domain right now. We're going to build a domain style thing there. And we are focused on growth. We're going to take the announcement that Tesla's moving here, and we are going to run with it, and we're going to build like crazy. So what about communities? Where have buyers bought? What should buyers be looking for in Kyle?
A popular community is Plum Creek. A lot of people love the white picket fences. It has just a very quaint feel to that community. Another community that a lot of people like is Crosswinds. Just opened up a Costco in Kyle, which is huge. You know, there's going to be a lot of growth once a Costco moves in.
Yeah, and Ziteas is right next to Costco, which, you know, for where we live, we like to drive in now to go to Ziteas. One of my favorite. Ziteas, by the way, free plug for you, but hit me up. I'll take a margarita, okay? You have Buda right next to it, and they're building the tap-in pretty soon in Buda. Plus you have in Kyle, you have the EVO, right? So you have a lot of like really cool stuff popping up there. So you said Crosswinds, you said Plum Creek. What about one more? What's another like one that people should be looking at?
Another good community that I really like is Cypress Forest. You have a lot of mature trees, a lot of the hill country feel. You're surrounded by green. They even have their own pond in the community. It's been a big hit with a lot of our clients.
That, and then you have Six Creeks next to it. Six Creeks is a newer development, and so you can get brand new homes still if you're building there. That's a great location as well. So I like that one. All right. What did you think about this list? Did you like this list? Did you agree with this list? And I know a lot of you have been saying, Jeremy, does Eileen just live in a basement or does she do all the work? Well, finally she's out. So please give a hand for Eileen for joining me finally. We'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and give us a call. We'll put you in touch with Eileen. She does all the real work.